Paul, that bourbon guy, back here with my friend Pat.
That's right, here in my basement. And what are we doing today, Paul?
It's all about Watershed.
Watershed's good stuff.
Todd's favorite brand.
Exactly.
So I wanted to bring to you a couple special bottles that I brought together. This is one I actually picked up this past weekend when I was down there. So this is a brand new bottle from Watershed. It's their Uncut Unfiltered series that they've been doing for a while now.
Yeah, which batch is this one?
Oh, this is now batch 5.
Okay, because the one I have here is batch 2.
Batch 2 is great.
Yeah, it's great.
So this is actually a limited edition version of batch 5. And the reason why it's limited edition is that it was custom blended by Irene Tan.
Ooh.
So Irene Tan is of the company Whiskey Mentors, who helps custom blend whiskeys, not just bourbons, but any type of a whiskey. You may have remembered seeing her. She got her fame from the YouTube channel Whiskey Tribe.
Okay.
So she owned a liquor store up in Connecticut, and they basically went out and visited her. She had such a high passion of whiskey in general that with customers, she would be more than willing to pull a bottle off of the shelf, open it, have them try it to see whether or not they wanted to buy it or not.
Good business model.
It's a good business model.
Yeah.
And she's actually come back to work with Crowded Barrel, which is their the Whiskey Tribe's brand, the crowdsourced whiskeys and everything else. And she's done some custom blending with them for a couple of years. But she also has ventured out and done some blending with other companies. And in this case, it happened to be with Watershed itself.
Okay.
I actually got to meet Irene.
Yeah.
So she was actually at Watershed back in mid-September.
Okay.
So mid-September, I was invited down there with other media people to have an experience of Watershed's fall finishing series.
Okay.
So like we got things from the Nocino, we got a port finish, maple finish, apple brandy finish.
Yep.
So we had a chance of getting a preview of everything, but she happened to be there that same day. And so during that time, she was meeting with the master blender at Watershed. And she went around and she actually made a pick of her own barrel that we got to sample.
Oh, wow.
And when we were done with that sample, we got these little bottles as takeaway. So this is actually her own private pick of a single barrel from Watershed.
That's awesome.
But then later she came back and did a collaboration with them, which ended up as the Uncut Unfiltered Limited Edition.
Okay.
So
looking forward to trying these.
Let you have a chance.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a fresh crack.
Ooh.
All right. Like I said, I just got this.
Yeah.
So here we go. Oh, it's really tight.
It's really on there.
There.
America.
Okay. So, get some pours here.
That's awesome.
Go ahead, help yourself. Let that sit for a little bit.
And as
we'll pour the other one as well.
And as he's doing that, I actually am fortunate enough to have a Glen from Watershed. Ooh, that smells good.
Mini
cheating. Yeah. America. So I'm going to try to mirror you and keep the bottles
there
on
you
the
go.
same
That's
side.
the single.
There you go. I'm saying, as we're letting these sit, a little background of Watershed. This is actually the very first pick that I actually got to do, which was really awesome. It was with Bourbon Real Talk, and Paul actually sat next to me during the pick.
That was actually my second pick there.
Your second pick there, but my first pick.
My first pick is actually this one.
Oh, okay.
So this is a local club also in Ohio. It's the NEO Bourbon Community. And so we did a special pick. It's called Nutrageous.
Okay.
And it has Keanu Reeves on the back.
Oh, yeah.
Bourbon.
Lots of bourbon.
Lots of bourbon. So that was pretty cool. We had fun. And oddly enough, I gave Randy from Bourbon Real Talk a bottle of this.
Oh yeah, and it made one of his episodes.
It made one of his episodes because his wife loves Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
So it's always known as the Keanu bottle.
Keanu bottle. And the funny thing is too, the other Glen that I have here is actually the Prideful Goat, which is Randy's brand. So I figured it'd be a good way to tie it into drinking here today.
All right, let me give you a little stats on this.
Please do.
Okay, so this is, again, batch 5, a limited edition, uncut, unfiltered.
Mm-hmm.
So it is 60.9% or 121.8 proof.
Light.
Batch 5. Light. But it's batch 5. It's using char 5 on the barrels.
Yeah.
Non-chill filtered.
Yeah.
And I had a sample of this at the distillery. I'm going to hold back on my comments until you've had your first sip.
Okay. Well, the one thing I know is a little swirl.
Yeah. Open it up, release it, nose it. Tell me what you smell.
This is something I usually get on some of the single barrels.
Mm-hmm.
I get some like butterscotch.
Yep.
I get some of that toasted from the char. I get a very subtle oak, like a sweet oak.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, for this being a fresh crack, as well as I know I joked about a light proof of nearly 122, does not smell very ethanol. Like it smells flavorful. It doesn't smell like alcohol.
It's not burning your nose.
Yeah. My nose hairs are still there.
Good. All right, you ready?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you. Get a little cream at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Get some caramel. Get some of that
Brown sugar.
But I was going to say butterscotch as well. Get a little bit of that cream towards the very end. I don't know. It could be. I don't know. Maybe because it's opened up a little bit, I get a little nutty taste. It could be maybe that toast.
It's a toasted type of feeling. I would almost say it's more like a nougat.
Okay. I can see that.
All right. So it's that buttercream mixed in with the nuttiness.
Yeah.
At the same time. Has a very, it's not an incredibly long finish, but it's a decent finish.
Yeah.
Very thick mouthfeel too.
Yeah, very thick. I still get some sweetness.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to see, I know I'm talking sweetness, but as I was saying that, I smell a little cinnamon.
Yeah.
Very, very subtle cinnamon.
That's kind of one of their trademarks.
I know, but I usually don't like this one. I didn't get any cinnamon at all.
Okay.
This is also batch 2, so it's three versions later.
Right.
But some of that blending technique.
Well, that's Irene.
I know.
Playing into this.
Yeah.
So her philosophy is initially her passion for her liquor store and expressing and sharing that love with the customers. But then she got to the idea was there's so much potential with the whiskeys of the world that why limit yourself to the rare exclusive bottles when you can blend other bottles to be equally or if not better than the rare allocated bottles.
Yeah.
And she's won some competitions over in San Francisco.
I believe it.
And so this was her ability to come in to visit Watershed, work with the master blender, and produce this particular bottle.
Delicious.
Yep.
If you find one, I'm assuming it's only distillery right now.
Right now it's only available on the distillery.
Yep.
And if this goes out as soon as I hope it goes out, this coming Saturday,
oh wow,
Irene will be at Watershed signing these bottles from 1 to 3 p.m.
That's awesome. Might need to make a visit.
Yeah. 2-hour drive. Come on.
Yeah, it's not far from where we're at in Akron.
Pretty good.
Yeah, no. I like this one a lot. I'm a big fan of, for Watershed, these particular releases with the uncut unfiltered, as well as some of the single barrels that they offer.
Mm-hmm.
This one's actually from Amy, and I made her sign it. So She felt a little embarrassed, but I made her sign it.
I did the same thing.
We were next to each other in line.
Yeah. That was pretty good.
It was really good, really good. And then another special bottle that I think is very similar to how I think this one is, because this doesn't taste the proof point.
Mm-hmm.
Like it tastes way less than the 120 1.8. But over here, I actually have a hazmat, and Ryan signed it. It's on here, but this one is 145.4. So
right, that's our batch 2 release.
Yeah, batch 2, and absolutely incredible for this bottle. And I've had it for a little over 2 years now, but it's still got a good dent in it for being a hazmat.
Randy was with us, and he picked one of those up as well.
He did. Yep.
It lasted 2 days.
Yeah. We went to a bottle show with like 100 people.
Yeah. So he only had about maybe 1 or 2 pours at max.
Yeah.
But he did enjoy it as well.
He did. He was actually, I think it was myself, you, then Randy.
Mm-hmm.
For when we bought
something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. You ready for the next one?
Absolutely. This was delicious. So I'm looking forward to seeing what this creation is.
So again, when I was visiting Watershed and Irene was there, she went around and made a personal selection from one of the barrels that Watershed had. And we all got to have a pour strictly from the Whiskey Thief into our glass and everything else. Went back, and as a going away present, they gave us samples from that same barrel. So that barrel, I got barrel number 19-0207.
Okay.
It was coming in at 124.6 proof.
Another light one.
Another light one. So this one, in terms of years, is younger. So it was only aged for 5 years and 81 days.
Okay. So almost 5 years, 3 months.
And the sample was made back in September 12th of 2024.
Okay. That's awesome. Well,
okay. Cheers.
Another cheers. Thank you.
Now this gives me a much sweeter notes up front.
This could be my glass, but I get a little more dusty. Maybe dish soap.
Maybe it's your glass.
I think it's the glass. I gotta get a little more closer to it. Oh yeah, I get like a sweet mesquite. Mesquite. Oh
yes,
I get some of that. Almost like a little barbecue taste.
See, this one is more of a buttercream to me.
See, I get some of that like Texas twang, some of that like mesquite, like more like that barbecue style. I just think Texas when I think
I do pick up more of the proof in the nose. So the hairs are picking up a little more of that ethanol out of the whole thing.
Yeah.
But not that much.
No, and it's very unique because I mean the difference between this one and this one's like 2.5 proof points.
Right.
And this one does not smell nearly as high proof compared to that. I would have guessed this maybe like 110.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
I'm hoping the taste is very similar to the proof being not as harsh. You're like, wow, this is really good.
Well, let's find out.
Let's find out. Cheers.
The front end is also low proof. Is about mid palate and more noticeable in the finish of where you're going to pick up more of the peppery and allspice.
Mm-hmm.
So it lingers around a little bit longer, so it's a little more heavier mouthfeel.
Yeah.
Great legs on it.
I don't get as much as the sweet oakness that I got in that smell, that mesquite.
Right.
I get a little more caramel.
I'm getting more
sweetness.
Brown sugar out of this.
Yep. Well, almost get like a salted caramel and brown sugar on this.
I would almost say it was more of a toasted caramel.
Yeah, I think that's maybe where I said the salt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. It's delicious.
So I at least wanted to share Irene's single barrel pick, but I also wanted to let you know about this new limited release that just came out.
Yeah, this one, I think they're both delicious.
So if you have the chance, run down to the shop.
Yeah, head down to Columbus.
And pick yourself up a bottle, and if you're lucky enough, you may actually see Irene and get a signature.
Get a signature. If you can, I think it's obviously Paul's style of storytelling. Having a signature on a bottle it's just really cool to see if someone helped picked it, or you were part of the team, or being the distiller. Just having kind of that little homage to it is pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's my little story about Watershed. If you have some stories about some of the other brands that you like, feel free to drop a comment. Also feel free to like and subscribe. And until next time, when anybody asks, tell them you heard it from that bourbon guy.